Glorified Gutsy Gaming. I'm Jake, and today we are unboxing Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood versus Beowulf. This is a two-player set only. It can be added to any of the other sets, and all intermixed. Says 20 minutes, one battlefield in here, 63 cards, 2 minis. And then I'll read the description here, because this is the same for everything. Once upon a time, Little Red Riding Hood went into the belly of the beast and lived to tell her grim tale. With the help of her friend the huntsman, she's ready to head back into the woods with a few terrible tricks tucked away in her basket. Her sidekick is the huntsman. And then Beowulf. Every blow fills the war king with rage. Soon you will learn why he was the equal of Grendel. With his kinsman Wiglaf by his side, they are sure to win this fatal struggle. Then his sidekick there is Wiglaf. And I'll go ahead and open it up. Start on the bottom, and then on the inside here of the inside of the box, we've got our rule book. And then we've got our health tokens for Little Red and the Huntsman, health tokens for Beowulf and Wiglaf, and then they've got some other types of tokens here, which we've got door tokens for the board, and then we've got rage tokens for Beowulf. So that's cool. We've got our board. And then, like I showed you, the doors have to go in certain places, which go here, here, and here. And then the other side, same idea, doors go here. And then there. But pretty cool looking. We've got our pieces for the health boards, the health wheels. We've got our sidekick tokens. Here is the mini for Red Riding Hood. Face is a little hard to see, but the basket is pretty clear. Cape. Oh, it almost looks like she's wearing the head of the wolf. And then we've got Beowulf with his sword and shield. I'll take a look at her stuff first. Nice easy tab to open. Alright, and Little Red is a melee character with a movement of 2. Huntsman is ranged. Little Red's ability here, resolve an effect on a card you play if the symbol next to the effect matches the item in your basket. At the start of the game, place Little Red's basket in your discard pile. So that must be, this next card here. This starts in your discard pile. It does not count as a card. It counts as any one symbol. Double-sided. And then we'll go through her stuff here. She's got a 4 attack. You may play this card as a defense card. It's interesting that you wouldn't just make it, one of these purple ones. And then there's an any for offense or defense. What big eyes you have. Immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's card. Also ignore the value of your opponent's card. So that would be great as defense or offense. That's a good one. There's 2 of those. A defense card value of 2. What a terrible big mouth you have. After combat, deal damage to the opposing fighter equal to the printed value on their card. Wow, that's a good one too. They weren't lying about the tricks. A Little Red attack for 2. After combat, you may return this card to your hand. Instead, you may return the top card of your discard pile to your hand. That seems pretty good too. 2 of those. And we've got a scheme card. Into the woods. Move Little Red up to 3 spaces. Gain an action. So free move. There's 3 of those. A huntsman scheme. Little red recovers 2 health. Little red recovers 4 health instead. I'm assuming that this is the token about the basket they were talking about in her special ability. And then Huntsman has a 4 attack. During combat, if the Huntsman is adjacent to the opposing fighter, the value of this card is 6 instead. So he's a ranged character, but if he's next to them, this card is worth more. And there's quite a few of these. That's a good attack. Then there's, for any character, attack or defense card, value of 2. After combat, deal 3 damage to the opposing fighter. That's a good one. I would certainly use that as a defense card, I think. Then we've got a little red attack or defense card that doesn't appear to have any abilities. Just counts as 1 symbol on it. A couple of those. 4 of those. It's a scheme for little red. Never leave the path. Place little red in any space. Gain 1 action. Deal 2 damage to each opposing fighter in little red zone. Draw 3 cards. This could all be pretty helpful. And then we've got a 2 defense for any character. Draw 2 cards after combat. Then there's any character attack or defense value of 2. During combat, your opponent discards 1 random card. Add its boost value to this card's value. That seems helpful too. And that is her deck. I see a lot of tricks in there. Be interesting to try it out. And let me get to Beowulf's deck. Alright. Alright, Beowulf is a melee character who moves 2 as well, and Wiglaf is also a melee character. Beowulf starts with 1 rage. When Beowulf is dealt damage, he gains 1 rage. Beowulf has a maximum of 3 rage. Okay. He's got an attack or defense value of 1 card. During combat, spend any amount of rage. This card's value is +2 for each rage spent. Pretty helpful. 3 of those. We've got a scheme card for Beowulf. Spend any amount of rage. Choose a different effect for each rage spent. Draw 2 cards. Move Beowulf up to 4 spaces. Beowulf recovers 2 health. Beowulf attack for 3. This card's effects cannot be cancelled. During combat, you may spend 2 rage to make this card's value 5 instead. You may spend 1 rage to boost this card. You may do both. That can make this a crazy high attack. So you can make it 5 with your rage, and then if you have a 3rd rage token, you could boost it. Which, I think the boost is up to 4. So that could be a value of 9 card, potentially. Crazy high attack. Another Beowulf attack, value of 2 this time. Immediately gain 1 rage. During combat, this card's value is +1 for each rage you have. You do not have to spend rage for this effect. Now that's nice too. That could be a value of 5. And you get to keep it. A Beowulf defense for 3. Immediately you may spend 2 rage to deal damage to the opposing fighter equal to the printed value on their card. Nice. Beowulf scheme. Choose an opponent. They discard 1 random card, gain rage equal to its boost value. Oh, maybe the boost value max is 3. Maybe I was mistaken. But it's pretty nice. And then we've got a Wiglaf scheme card. Wiglaf deals 1 damage to each adjacent fighter. If Beowulf was dealt damage this way, gain 1 action. Interesting. Be a way to give yourself rage. Wiglaf attack for 3. After combat, Wiglaf may swap spaces with Beowulf. Beowulf attack for 3. After combat, if you attacked a sidekick and won the combat, you may spend 3 rage to defeat that sidekick. Could be helpful. And then we've got an any character for attack or defense value of 4. After combat, if you won the combat, move one of the fighters in the combat up to 2 spaces. 3 of those. And any character value of 2 attack or defense. Immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's card. We've seen that quite a few times before. And then we've gotten any attack for 4. After combat, if you won the combat, draw 2 cards. If you lost the combat, your opponent draws 2 cards. Ooh, that's kind of a risky one. And that is his deck. I think both of these have some interesting ideas, and I'm excited to try them out. And that is everything in this box. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Subscribe.